Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Table Talk podcast. I'm your host, Philip, and I have with me our co pastor here at KCC, who is.
Kenny Bryant. Hey, guys.
So, today's sermon, or this past week's sermon, you heard us talk about, we're in this series called Discover Your Church, and this week was Discover Your Gift. And then next week, of course, will be Discover How to Grow Spiritually. But today, this week, we wanted to talk about specifically discovering your gift. And what Kenny and I thought we would do, because you may not know this, we thought we would share our spiritual gift testimony, essentially, with you. So how we came to realize that we should both, because we're both in ministry. Kenny's been in ministry for longer than me, but we both have dedicated our lives to being in ministry. So I'd like to turn it over to my co-host, Kenny. How did you decide to be in ministry? Tell our church.
Well, yeah, and how did I think that maybe I had the gift and this is what I wanted to do and how God would use me, and all those things are certainly important. But my story is a little different, and I just wonder if this isn't the way it should work out, Philip, in that somebody encouraged me to do something. I did it, and then people saw me and said, hey, we think maybe you have the gift. Yeah. So take another step, go a little bit deeper. So this is my story. I was in a secular vocation. A lot of the people at KCC know it. I was helping build ships on the coast. And someone invited me to, hey, would you teach a Sunday school? And, I'm sort of I wouldn't say that I'm an extrovert, but I do really enjoy teaching.
And you enjoy being with people, for sure.
Well, I do. Mm-hmm. And so I started this little Sunday school class in our church. Do you know what Sunday school is?
I do actually.
It's these things that churches used to do a long, long time ago. Some churches still do them.
It was on Sundays, right?
It was before church. Okay. I taught an hour before church for the whole hour, and then they'd go.
The whole hour?
Yeah, then they'd go hear a sermon. Anyway, I started this class, and within a year, there were over 100 people in the class, and about a year later, it was about almost twice as large. In fact, our church, the Sunday school class, was almost as large as the church was.
Wow.
And so the pastor of the church came to me and said, we think maybe you have the gift of teaching and maybe even preaching. So I'd like you to consider something. I'd like you to consider going a step deeper and joining the church staff.
Wow.
And giving up your nice paying job and joining the team. So we did. I remember Teresa and I praying about it. We took about a 75% salary cut.
Wow.
And I joined the church staff, and I became the pastor. I know this is a long story, but it just shows how I think spiritual gifts might work.
This is good.
So I was the associate pastor there for about 7 years.
Where were you?
I was in Norfolk, Virginia. And the elders came to me and they said, we think that you might be the next pastor of this church.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah. So here's what we'll do. We'll send you to seminary. We'll send you and your family. Go anywhere you want. We'll pay your salary. Wow. We'll pay your school. And so Teresa and I moved away, and I worked on my studies for a while. But the point that I'd like to make is it wasn't just me deciding what I wanted to do. That's part of it, and how I feel like God put me together. Mm-hmm. But other people validated me and encouraged me. And I think that's where churches often get it wrong, Philip. I think we give them like a spiritual gift inventory, and then we stop.
That's it, right?
Okay, identify what your thing is. Yep. And it's up to you to figure out how to use it.
Go use it somewhere.
Right. It should be the other way around. The church leadership. In fact, that's what I talked a lot about on Sunday when I preached from Ephesians chapter 4. I talked about how it's the church leadership's responsibility to help people identify and hone and use their gifts so the church is built up.
I agree. Yeah, that's really interesting. So you didn't just go to school. You went to school.
School.
So what was your first degree you got after that? You got a master's in what?
Well, what they sent me to was a master's of divinity.
Yeah, but you didn't stop there. You continued.
Well, I did. After I got a master's in divinity, a few years later, I got a doctorate degree in ministry. So,
in ministry.
Yeah, but in the church again sent me. They paid for the whole thing.
Yeah. But what they didn't do, and this is what I love, they didn't say, "Hey, take this gift assessment and then figure it out."
Yeah, right.
They invested.
They took the initiative. The church leadership took the initiative, and it wasn't just with me. I mean, I was maybe a unique case because I was, the leader of the church.
Sure.
But the church always took the initiative to help people identify, and they mobilized them and energized them and use their spiritual gift to build up the church. Enough about me. How about you? What's your story?
Mine's different, but kind of similar. So I, as some of you know at KCC, I've shared this a little bit. I was a bull rider. I was not a professional bull rider. I wasn't nearly that good enough. I fell off.
I know someone that comes here because they said, I want to go to a church that has a bull rider.
Really?
I was just talking to them the other day.
Oh, that's funny.
It's not every day.
Yeah, it's not every day that your pastor used to be a bull rider. But I rode bulls. And I did some semi-pro stuff, mostly novice stuff. And I remember I was a part of the National High School Rodeo Association. And I showed up to my first rodeo as part of this association. I was a junior in high school. And the person paying the entry fees and stuff, I paid my dues, and he said, "Are you coming to Cowboy Church?" And I'd heard about Cowboy Church. I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna come, but I don't know much about it. Can you tell me about it?" He goes, "Well, we don't really have a speaker right now because the guy who used to do it, his kids graduated. He's not here." And I realized now it was the Holy Spirit, but I had this feeling inside of me that says volunteer. So I said, "I'll do it." And he's like, "Really? Okay, you're on." So the next day I show up, and there's 60 people there, students with their families, and the bulls are in the pen out back. And I preached my first sermon, which was probably really terrible. But I preached it, and then I told my youth pastor about it. I said, "Hey, Ben, guess what I did this weekend?" And I told him, and he says, "That's interesting. Would you teach at youth group?" And then one thing led to another, kind of like you. But we were a lot smaller church than I'm sure yours was. But we were, he started to give me these opportunities to teach a youth group. But then the senior pastor said, "Hey, Philip, I've noticed you've been teaching at youth group. Would you teach in our worship service?" And then I was really nervous. And I taught at our worship service. And then my youth pastor took me aside and told me about these things called Bible colleges. Long story short, I applied at several. He took me on like a Bible college tour. Wow. But he took the initiative. Yeah. So we went and stayed at a couple Bible colleges all around the Midwest.
And this is who?
Ben Moore. Ben Moore, who's probably watching this because he's been a cheerleader for me since day one. Ben. He's probably the reason that I'm in ministry, one of the sole reasons. But he took the initiative.
Thank you, Ben.
I'm glad you say thank you. But Ben took the initiative to say, "Philip, I see something in you." He had hard conversations with me, but he had really good conversations with me to tell me to continue to pursue this. So I went, per his recommendation to Bible college. I went to a place in Knoxville, Tennessee that trains up pastors to go and fulfill the Great Commission. And I've been all over, not as many places probably as you, but I've been all over and now landed here at KCC. But our stories are similar in that although they're different, the churches took the initiative and said, "I see something in you. Let me build into that." They didn't just give me an assessment to be on my own.
And that's the kind of church we want to be at KCC.
Yep.
We want to be a church that doesn't put the ball in your court, ball's in our court. You tell us if you want to serve. You tell us if you want to make your life significant in helping build the kingdom of God. And it's really our job and the staff's job to help you find your place. And I was thinking, I know we filled out a form on Sunday, but not everyone that's watching this video probably was at church. So here's what I would encourage you guys to do. Call the church office. Our number is 269-3. We have a new church number.
We do.
205-3067.
There you go.
205-3067.
There you go.
Dial that number.
It's also on the website.
Yeah, you got our website.
Yes.
Let us know if you'd like. It's a form to fill out, and then I'm going to get it, and then I promise that either I or someone on our church staff will follow up with you, No pressure, none at all.
None.
It's just how do you think you would like to serve? Where do you think God would have you serve? How do you think God has put you together? And we'll help you find your place.
Yep. So maybe if I don't know where you're meeting at, we don't know where you're meeting at. You could be with your small group right now. You could be just you individually on your drive to work. You could be with your family or just a group of friends. I don't know. But maybe that's a question to ask: is where you think God has gifted you spiritually, and if you need help figuring that out. Honestly, that's what the church is supposed to be. The church is supposed to be a place where that can help you discern where your gift is, and then where to use it. And that's the kind of church, like Kenny said, that KCC wants to be for you, who call this place home.
Good. And when this video is over, I have some ideas I'd like to share with you about where you can serve.
Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be good. Likewise, right? Likewise. That's what we should do, right? Yeah.
I got some things for you to do.
Thank you. Thank you. He's always got a to-do list for me. But hey, God's to-do list is amazing, and he has one for you. He has things to do for you that won't just be busy work. It's things to move the kingdom forward, and we believe here as a staff at KCC that you play a significant role in that. So discuss this with your group or your family or just between you and God, and don't forget to tune in next week for our third installment of this video series, Discover Week 3, which is discovering how to grow spiritually. You'll notice these kind of play in to one another.
They do.
They do.
All right.
They do. That was intentional. So thanks for tuning in, church. We'll see you this next coming Sunday for this last week of this series. And we look forward to hearing from you. Take care.
See ya.